Alright, can you guys check YouTube for me? Alright, Brett, you need to watch my screen because that's what I'm putting out. Alright, but what you can do, what we all do, is we also have iRacing running in the background when we're commentating, so you can actually see and hear of what may be happening. Now, just talk to me again. Just keep talking. Yeah, I was going to say you shouldn't have anything coming through YouTube now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 6, I believe it is, of the ANZCAR Truck Series. And well, joining me tonight in the booth is none other than Mr. Jamie Nankervis and Mr. Brett Campbell. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Brett. Very well, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Evening, Jamie. Good evening, Mark. Come on. Yes, I'm very well as well.
In for a interesting night here on dirt by the looks of it.
Yes, it's definitely not a track I personally would like to tackle in the dirt. It's hard enough on the bitumen, let alone on the dirt.
Yeah, I must admit I did run some laps earlier on, and even going down the straight, the thing wanted to turn right the whole time. So it's going to be quite a handful for those guys out there tonight.
Well, Jamie, you and I come from a dirt background, but there's one thing missing off these trucks at the moment, and that's that big wing on top.
Yeah, 100%, mate. That wing will definitely keep it a bit more stable. So I think it's not a vehicle that's designed for these sort of tracks.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, mate, we can see here that we're got the track info up. 0.52 of a mile in the old term, and 0.83 of a kilometre. So we're in for about an 83 kilometre race tonight. Very short one for the boys. The track's got 4 turns, of course, and I think I'm not sure what's happening here because it looks like I've lost all the trucks off the screen. So just gonna check.
Yeah, showing there's still 2 minutes of qualifying to go at the moment.
Yeah, but
3
we've got
minutes.
no trucks there. Got no drivers in.
Live timing's still going for us anyway, so there you go, showing up now. Looks like I've got 14 cars or trucks so far that have actually put a time in.
I'm just a little bit confused tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the first time I've done the trucks, and we may have to shut down and go to a different server, but we will keep you updated because no one's informed me of 2 servers tonight, so we will have to just see. We've got everyone still here, but yeah. But as I can see, Josh has just disappeared. So we've got Jaden Russell out there on the track at the moment.
Definitely got some interesting times coming through there at the moment, so it'll be a few different drivers up the front compared to normal by the looks of it.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I think we may end up having to shut this down and go to another server. So, because the session is showing closed now.
Just wondering whether it all comes together in a minute when qualifying's up, whether it sort of all merges into one.
Yeah, I'm kind of sort of hoping that. But anyway, we'll pull up the track conditions tonight, and I'll leave Jamie or Brett to run through that.
We're looking at about 4 kilometres an hour with a wind at the moment from the west. Air temperature's 26 degrees or 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temp 18 degrees Celsius or 64 Fahrenheit. Zero humidity. It's starting to dry out. I know an hour ago at start of practice it was as muddy on that track. It looks like now it's starting to dry right out.
Yeah, they tend to not water this like for the sprint cars and different things, but be interesting. As I said, this is the first time I've really taken any notice of the trucks here at Bristol Dirt.
Yeah, heard an interesting comment from Tony Stewart today regarding the ANZCAR calendar for dirt, that they're going to a Sunday night session to get away from the daylight heat that pulls all the moisture out of the track. So that's quite interesting too.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like we've got Heat 1 lining up on the track there at the moment.
Yep, most certainly have. So we might. So we've been saved. Now, just try and close this down. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So we might have a look at the grid here, boys.
You got that one, Brett, for me for a sec?
Yeah, mate. So, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Darren McKenzie and Jai Schultz off row 1. Off row 2, we have Michael Skell. Hang on.
No, Ruben Phelps.
And Christopher Tomlin. Row 3, we have Michael Skurlock and Jack Barrett. Row 4, we have Danny G and Norman Clark. Sorry, Danny G, I can't pronounce your last name. Off row 5, we have Wesley Clohesi and Josh Micklemore. Row 6, we have Joshua Carroll Waldron and Gary Wellman. Row 7, we have Christopher Finlay and Sean Dowecki. Row 8, we've got Kobe Jordan and Brad Fenley. In row 9, we've got Jaden Russell. And is there anybody else in there that I have missed?
Yeah, they're off green now. Pace car's in. Here we go. Let's run this 10 lapper and see what happens.
Darren's got the jump there in turn 1 and 2 by the look of it.
Yeah, I think that outside line's where you want to be, though. I think Ruben should get a fair run off here. Skirley up into second. Darren McKenzie still out in the lead, so this is interesting to watch.
This should be interesting because Skirley can take a car and grab it by the scruff of the neck and just seems to be able to get it where he wants it at the right time and just runs away with it from there.
Yeah, Darren's doing an awesome job out front at the moment, so we'll see whether Skirley can chase him down.
That he is, and Darren's another driver that can, on a good night, he can take a car by the scruff of the neck. On a bad night, it all goes pear-shaped for him, just like anybody.
Yeah, just noticed then Ruben's tried to take the low line and it hasn't worked for him. He's actually dropped a couple of spots out of that, so that high line already, it's looked like a single groove track already, so see how they go with this.
Really looks like Darren's really got his head around this dirt track stuff for the trucks here. So could be good to see him get towards the front. Another person. I'm just looking at Michael Skurlock. Very different paint scheme there for Skurlock tonight. So yeah, very different.
He's going back to his psychedelic style of paint job that he's got. And who's that coming up on the inside of him?
That's Jaden Russell, mate, and he started off the back row. So he's done well to get up in the third at the moment. And unfortunate for Ruben, he's actually dropped down to ninth place. So going to be a hard night for Ruben if he starts from back there in the main show, the 100 lapper. So what we've got here, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 heats to decide the starting row, like the lineup from the inside to the outside, just like the duels at Daytona. And we can see Jaden there, Jamie having a real struggle with trying to get that thing hooked up.
I'm just back in the fact. I'm just watching Danny G. He's holding his own there in currently in P6.
Yeah, the number 24 truck from Mitch Motorsports, definitely an experienced person around here. They've done. ANZCAR's been doing this for quite a few years now. As soon as dirt came to Bristol, they jumped straight on board, and it was some very hard racing. We can also see there JCW from Natari. I just can't see how these trucks are going to last 100 laps, and we can see that's all right. It was after the checker, so that's good. So bring up the results quickly of that heat, hopefully. Nope, it's not going to come up. So heat 2, I'll bring up the grid for that. Nope. Just trying to work this out, ladies and gentlemen. At least Sarah tonight, welcome back, a regular person. And at least we got sound tonight, so that's one good thing. That's a bonus, I guess. Just now the graphics don't want to, the overlays don't want to play the game. It might be just having a bit of a hissy fit with the two heat races.
Okay, so while Mark's trying to get the grid there, I'll see if I can rattle it off through from iRacing. Off pole position, we've got Jai Schultz in the 270 car. Position number 2, we've got Christopher Tomlin in 212. P3, we've got Jack Barrett in the 127. P4, we've got Norman Clark, in the 09. Josh Mickamore in the number 31 vehicle out of P5. Out of P6, Gary Wellman in the number 45. P7, Sean Doecki in the 26. P8, Brad Fenley in the 20. P9, Matty Raymond in the number 83. P10, Lockie Yu in the number 42. Jamie and Kai, I don't believe are starters. Well, yeah. Jamie's obviously not. He's in the booth.
Yeah, Kai's there.
Is on the grid, though. Hopefully I got all of them in the right order. And I hate to say it, but it's definitely easier driving a car than commentating, ladies and gentlemen.
So the pace car should, yes, pace truck is off, and we're on the starters' orders here. And we've got green flag, so very taily these cars, Brett. They
are.
And Christopher Tomlin, great start from the outside row, and jumps into the lead, and we can see there,
and everybody's going around there.
So don't know if we're going to have cautions here, or they just keep going.
So far,
So we've got a replay. We might go back and have a look at that at Kai Turner.
So sorry, guys. I just had an important call I had to take.
That's all right, mate.
I am here. I'm not on the track, and yeah, that was quite a big crash there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We'll go back live now, and we see Kai into the pits.
Yeah, I think there'll be a fair few damaged cars out of that. Lucky it's only a 10-lap heat race.
And Christopher Tomlin and is out in the lead, and we can see some cars already going laps down after one lap. Josh Mickelmore back there in the red 31 car in second place. And Norman Clark, good to see the gentleman racing, Storm and Norman, is up into third.
Thought he might have got some damage out of that crash, but he seems to look alright there. It looks pretty straight.
A little bit of damage there, just over that left wheel.
Yeah.
So
I might help him turn it. Might help it dig in there and turn for him.
Yeah. You can see there on the close-up, he's definitely got damage there, just over that left rear wheel arch. But we'll jump back to front. Christopher Tomlin having a great run out front by himself, with no one to hinder him. He's got nearly a 3-second gap back to Josh Mickelmore there on screen. So very, very spread out, and unfortunate for Jai, the pole sitter. He's now down into 8th place.
He's definitely got his hands full there, hasn't he?
Definitely has.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like Brad Fenley, Kai Turner, and Jack Barrett are out.
Luckily, it's only a heat race, and they will be able to start from the back of the field on the feature race, the 100 lapper.
And good luck with that starting back there. I think that'll be a bit of carnage.
Well, it's either going to be one of two things, Jamie: carnage, or they just sit there and bide their time.
Yeah, well, that could be the case too.
I guess the one plus is when they come back out for the feature race, they'll have nice straight cars.
You see that a lot of damage there on Jai's car, so that is definitely a second-hand Toyota.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to watch him in the final though, in the main, because I think he'll come through the back pretty quick. He's definitely got the pace and he's got the aggression. So if he can keep it straight and keep out of trouble, I think he'll come through pretty quick.
So as we come to the start finish, Christopher Tomlin takes the heat win. Josh in second. Norman in third.
Well done, Normie.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Normie's background rallying? So this would be right up his alley.
Yeah, 100%. Rallying through South Africa, dodging elephants and all sorts of animals over there. So maybe he might feel more at home if we put a few animals out there for him. But definitely he's rally background.
So we're just waiting for the guys to grid up. They're starting the grid. So let's see if this will work.
Don't believe it did, Mark.
No, it doesn't look like it wants to play the game. It definitely won't reset for me.
Okay, so by our live timing screen, off pole we have Darren McKenzie in the car 02. Off second position we have the 212 vehicle of Christopher Tomlin. Position 3 we've got the 350 of Michael Skurlock. Position 4 we've got the 31 of Josh Mickelmore. Position 5 we've got the 75 of Wesley Coeasy. Position 6 we've got the 09 of Norman Clark. Position 7 we've got the 104 of Chris Finlay. Position 8, we've got the 45 of Gary Wellman. Position 9, we've got the 101 of Bradley Mays. Position 10, we've got the 42 of Lachlan Ukerja. I think that's how it's pronounced. P11, we've got the 24 of Danny G. Position 12, we've got the 26 of Sean Dowecki. Position 13, we've got the 35 of Joshua Carroll Waldron. Position 14, and it doesn't look like he's taken the grid, is the 270 of Jai Schultz. P15 is the 06 of Ruben Phelps. P16, 83 of Matthew Raymond. Position 17 is the number 13 of Hamish Gallagher. Position 18 is the 127 of Jack Barrett. Position 19 is the 080 of Kobe Jordan. Position 20 is car 20, Brad Fenley. Position 21, car 28, Jaden Russell. And position 22, and the last car on the field, is the 408 of Kai Turner.
Yeah, so you're right. Looks like Jai's going to start from pit lane there. I think you just want to try to avoid the carnage in the first couple of laps, try to keep a straight car. So hopefully that's all it is. See how we go. All right, pace car in. Nice even start there from both rows.
So far, nice and tidy, which is a bit different to what I would have expected it to be honest.
Yeah, some good racing out there, isn't there?
There is. Nothing better than watching synchronised cars going around a berm like that.
Just noticed further back in the pack, there's a lot of guys trying that mid-track and it's just not working for them. I think that's still the high line at the moment.
The first group of 6 cars seems to have skipped away from the rest of the field there a bit.
Yeah, that mid-pack's having a lot of fun. I think they're still trying to sort themselves out there.
And we've gone caution. Sorry, yes.
Yes, we have. I think it's just a single spinner in there somewhere. Was it Christopher? Yep, dropped down the timing screen. So just going to replay now. Here he is, just, yeah, come in too hot and looped it. Luckily he didn't collect anyone else, so no damage there. All right, Brad, who's your money on? Who do you reckon's going to come home with this one?
I honestly don't know. I don't think you can go past the 02 of Darren McKenzie, but I mean, it's anybody's race on dirt. Anything can happen there.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon Darren's he holds it together. He'll be looking pretty good with it.
I think Michael Skurlock and the 31 there of who's that? That's
Josh
Micklemore. They're also cars to watch because I mean I've been watching these guys when we've been racing the last few weeks, and those three guys are generally in the top of the field no matter which league race they're running in.
Yeah, agree. They've all had a bit of dirt experience around here too by the looks of it, so as long as they can stick with Darren for the next 10 laps or so, they might just be sitting there waiting, might just be biding their time and waiting for the right time to pounce. I noticed Jai Schultz is back there in 22nd, but at least now he's on the back of the pack. I was watching him earlier. He was running sort of 3 or 4 seconds off the pack, of course, starting from pit lane. So now he's on the pack. We'll see whether he can come through.
Yes, and now that we've had our first caution, hopefully it doesn't happen, but the old adage with racing is cautions breed cautions. So what's going to happen in the next 5-10 laps?
Yeah, 100%, mate. All right. Just noticed Brad Fenley's coming to the pits, so I don't know if he's just trying to get a sneaky little set of tyres in or what he's up to there, but he's just come down pit lane. Drive through. I want to go to the back of the field.
And to be honest, that's probably a smart move at the moment, is wait for everybody else to wreck out or whatever and take the biscuits that way.
He's definitely one of the wise ones, mate. He'll just sit there and wait as long as he has to. Yeah, just with that, I know it just brings Jai up to about 20th, so he's already a couple of spots he doesn't have to worry about there.
Yes, it's definitely different being up here, but I mean, me personally, I don't think the 015 Golden Octopus Chevrolet would like being playing in the dirt today.
Mate, to be honest, if you put the 015 out there, you would have crumbled every panel on it. Even though it looks beautiful when it goes out there, you would have done some damage. All right, pace car in, going back to green. Nice clean start there from the boys up the front.
And Darren looks like he's skipped away again.
Yeah, you'll want to be coming up that top lane, I reckon. There you go. Run up top there and run that high line for a while. He's going to try the middle.
Looks like we got somebody concertining at the back here, or down further in the field, just on what I can see.
Yeah, this top 4 or 5 sorting themselves out again. Single file. I'm saying that Normie Clark's on the run. He's working his way up through that field a little bit. Wants to go and play with the big boys up the front.
And I've got to admit, that is a good paint job for Norm, the Storm and Norman paint job.
Yeah, he doesn't mind his storm scenes on his cars. Look at Darren go out the front, though. He's actually starting to pull out a bit of a gap there. So he's definitely got the head down. He's half a second gap over Josh Mickelmore in second.
Yeah, Darren's definitely found the groove there tonight. So
yeah,
interesting to see if he can keep in that groove and just maintain the pressure on everybody else to try and chase him down.
Yeah, for sure. And the more they try, I think they'll sort of start to fall back further and further. So gets in that groove, he'll be very hard to beat. Yeah, I think Normie's been stuck down the bottom last couple of laps, though, and it's not really working for him down there. One that is coming through looking at the timing is Jaden Russell and Gary Wellman seem to be sort of pushing forward trying to catch Josh Mickelmore, so they're definitely working their way up there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shock Michael Skurlock's actually falling back there a little bit.
Yeah, well, he's down on that low line. I don't think that's going to work there, but unless he can find something in it. I believe Jaden actually won the dirt round last year, so I think he's got a bit of background there. He's very good on dirt, and he's starting to show that there now.
Definitely a nice move there underneath the 31 of Josh Mickelmore.
Yeah, here comes a slide. Big slide job back up the top. Yep. Well, and Josh is coming back the same way. Knoxville slide coming through here. Yeah, Jaden back up the inside. He just needs that gap now to be able to pull away. Gary's trying to do the same thing. Definitely takes a bit of talent on the dirt to be able to do that.
You know, it kind of reminds me a bit of the old the Holden Precision Driving team that used to travel around all the shows with the
Yeah,
Holden slide.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I think Jaden's actually making a run up the front there. He's really putting the pressure on Darren. So see how this goes. He definitely better run off the turn there.
It's definitely interesting how some guys they can just get that real tight apex and just be able to drive away, and other guys they've got to definitely hang wide. And
Oh, you see Darren there washed up real bad.
yeah,
Lost a lot of spots out of that. And that's what it is, you know. You get out in front and hold your line, you can do some damage there. All right, let's go on board with Jaden for a couple of laps and look at the wheel work involved to get him out the front. There's no rest at all around here on dirt.
definitely not. It's. I mean, it's. I haven't done a great deal of work around here in it on the road, like Bitchman track, and I can imagine that it'd be sort of not as extensive, I guess, the wheel work, but it would still be pretty extensive, I'm presuming.
What you find here, the left hand down the straight, that's the big one, and it's so much left hand down to try to go in a straight line. Really awkward technique, but it's what you have to do to get it down the straight. Nose cam for a while. Get close to the dirt. He's coming up on some lap car. So who's that? Kobe Jordan he's coming up to. I guess this is where it gets interesting with the lap traffic.
It's interesting to see that there's sort of a really slick line starting to form there on the lower side portion of the track.
Yeah, the line's really pushing up higher and higher. The bit of a banking there.
Just to go back to some of our terminology, Jamie, for the speedway, pushing the cushion now. So it's got a nice little cushion up there against the fence.
Yeah. And a few of the guys that are pushing real hard, and that back quarter panel's copping a beating. Let's run through the field here and see what's going on back down the field. Normie must have been caught up in something. He's back down into 11th now, so drop back a fair way.
That could just be Norm's usual trait, where he drops back through the field, then just comes storming through at the last little bit.
Yeah, could be. We got Matty Ray. Is he still squeaky clean? Looking very much like Matty Ray sort of style there. Nice clean car.
Looks like he's even gone through a car wash or something. It's sort of real clean, no dirt on it or anything.
Mate, expect nothing less. The amount of Mr. Sheen he puts on that car, it'd just fall off. How's Jai going? He's up to 17th now. He's a long way to go. Hopefully just sort of picking him off bit by bit. Might be hanging for another caution just to bring that field back together. You see them all now running real high up on that cushion.
Yep.
So Ruben's just gone down one lap.
So, Jamie, with your having some background on dirt, explain to the viewers what you as a driver would be looking for on the track.
Yeah, mate. Look, my dirt experience is turning spanners on sprint cars. Not so much driving them myself, but definitely looking for that for that darker or the wetter clay there. But I think if we go back to Mark, he'll be the one to talk to. I know he has had a lot of experience driving on the dirt. So Mark, can you help us out with that one?
Yeah, definitely, guys. Look, me personally, I'd be looking for the wetter part of the track. So right at the moment, I'd either be looking for right up the against the wall, like these guys are starting to get to, like as you said before, Jamie, trying to look for that cushion, that little rib up in the top, and put your right rear into that rib and run the car through there. The other option, which you can't really do it in these trucks, but in a sprint car, you'd be looking probably right down on that pole line where no one's running. So it's very different to the trucks and sprint cars and speedway, where you can set the stagger up in the sprint car and everything. Where these guys, only real thing they could probably do is adjust the um, tire pressures a little bit to give that left rear a bit of a stagger. But by the looks of it, that everyone's out there and battling the same thing at the moment. The track's going real slick through that mid to low track, and it's even as you said, it's starting to walk up the track. So we're up now to lap 40, and I'd say this is going to be a very very black track. And what they've now got to hope is that it takes rubber. So we just have to wait and play the waiting game.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed Jaden Russell there. He's coming up to lap JC Dub in 10th place, so he's not mucking around at all. He's definitely working his way through that field. And a move on Storm and Norman as well. So Jaden seems to be able to hold that lower line a bit better when he needs to for passing, but as soon as he does, he's back up on the top there as well. So it's definitely more push out of the that top line at the moment.
I'll tell you what though, Jamie, if he keeps hitting that right rear panel, there ain't going to be much left of it.
I guess the good thing about a truck, there's probably not much behind that rear wheel, so I guess you got have a fair few goes at it.
One thing I am amazed at is that we've only had the one caution, and we are 42 laps in.
Yeah, for sure. It's some awesome driving out there. Brett, that's why you and I sit in the box, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And I took the smart option, not being that comfortable on dirt, especially in the trucks, rather than be a liability to all of these guys out here, or taking out 3/4 of the field. I thought I'd be the better man and sit in the booth and observe.
What do they say? Pick your battles.
That's it. Oh, who was that?
Good save by George Hiltz. Good catch there.
Let's see if we've got a replay. Yep.
Let's see if we've got a replay on that one.
No, it's happening too quick.
Yeah, no replay, but he's definitely hanging that thing out.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Everything seems to decide to work tonight, and the session events is absolutely lighting up. It doesn't take much for to get a session event triggering tonight, with everyone getting sideways and touching the wall, slowing down.
So lap 46 out of 100 and still one caution, so some awesome driving out there.
It's also interesting to note that at the moment we've got 7 cars still on the lead lap.
Oh, and as we say that, caution comes out.
Looks like it was Kobe.
Chris Finlay, I've got sitting parked on the track. If we can try to get on Chris Finlay's car, I think down the back straight there he was around backwards. I didn't actually see what happened with it. Yeah, I come back down and Ruben was there, so unlucky. The car won't even move. The truck. Oh, there we go. 49. We're going to lap 50 under caution. They can have a little bit of a rest. I don't believe they need to worry about fuel. I don't know whether they'll go in for tyres or not, but I think fuel-wise, they get 130 laps out of a tank. There you go. There's a range there, so that's not a problem at all. It's just whether they choose to take some tyres or stay out of there on what they got.
Be interesting to see if any of these boys that have gone down 1 or 2 laps will be able to make anything up out of this.
Yeah, it will. And they might be the ones that might want to choose to pit or do something like that, just see what they can salvage with some fresh rubber. So you can see there at the moment on the pit stop counts, Lockie, I did see him in the pits in that caution just then. Christopher Tomlin was in there earlier on a caution. A couple of guys have had a stop, but most of them have stayed out there. And Ruben's just pulling out of the pits now too, so a couple of those guys down the back there have taken that gamble and put some tyres on and see whether it helps them.
So would they have groove tyres on these, Mark, or?
Yeah, definitely have groove tyres on here tonight.
The way the thing drives, you wouldn't know it, but yeah, you'd think they'd have to. Right, so all that good work Jaden did to get that big gap, see whether he can do it again on the restart.
So far, our lead lap cars are Jaden Russell, Gary Wellman, Josh Mickelmore, Darren McKenzie, Wesley Cloese, Lachlan Lockie U, and Kai Turner, by the look of it, are the only 7 cars that are still on the lead lap.
Yeah, just continuing on from that, everyone else from there down to Kobe Jordan is a 1 lap down, and Kobe's the first one 2 laps down, and Chris Finlay is 5 laps down as we go back green.
Here we go. Jaden straight up that mid-track. He'll probably come out of turn 2 there, go the high line and get a good run out. A nice start by Josh to jump up in a second. How's that for a camera angle?
Reminds me of the cars going down the entrance to the chase at Conrod.
Yeah, straight back into it. Jaden's already pulled a nice handy little gap there.
This battle that we're watching, ladies and gentlemen, is the battle for 3rd and 4th outright on the road. On the dirt, I should say.
They're definitely trying, aren't they?
They are, and that vehicle of Darren's actually looks like it's sporting a fair bit of damage on the back panel there.
Lockie got that move done. Will it count with a caution coming out? We go back to a replay and see what actually caused that. Oh, that's got to hurt. Was that Kai Turner? Was that Christopher, was it? See if we can get a better angle on it.
Definitely not the way you either want to miss the pit entrance there.
Oh, so he's come off the outside wall, come straight down low and cop that. Headbutted the tyres. I'd say there'd be a fair bit of damage.
He'd be lucky to even still be driving around the track, to be honest.
Yeah, straight to the medical tent for that one. He's still going there. And it looked like Jack Barrett got a wave around there too, so he's coming back around the pack.
Yeah, the old 127 definitely doesn't look as clean as what it did to start with.
That's it. Mark, that live timing, I'm not seeing that upgraded from lap 25. Is there anything we can do on that one? Righto. Alright, so 8 cars on the lead lap for this restart. Right, top 5 before we get going. Jaden Russell, Josh Micklemore, Lockie, Darren McKenzie and Gary Wellman. Alright, we're going back green this lap. There's still only one of these top 5 or 6 guys that could win this.
Got to admit, if Jaden can get a good start, I think my money would be Jaden, Josh, and possibly even Gary Wellman to cause a bit of an upset here to be in the top 3.
Yeah, Lockie's come from nowhere though the last 10 laps or so. So, you know, I think he's sorted this thing out. He's worked it out and definitely pushed forward. You know, get ready for a restart.
Come on, Barney, do your thing and wave your arm off. Looks like a nice, clean start again.
There's a bit going on for 3rd place at the moment. But definitely Jaden Russell off to a great restart. And Josh Micklemore not far behind him, but the battle for 3rd and 4th is definitely where it's at. Yeah, looks like Lockie's dropped back to 7th. I know there's a lot of drama. Oh, and Darren gets turned. still green,
Oh.
but it won't be for long.
Bit of carnage there, and
There we go. It all started back in turn 4 with someone up the inside of Darren there and just turned him.
Jack Barrett looked like he was involved in the tail end of it there, not through any fault of his own, I don't think.
I wonder whether Darren actually got a black flag as well for entering the pits too fast, sideways, backwards. Looks like Ruben was just an innocent bystander in that one, but taken out.
I guess the one thing to notice is that on the dirt, these trucks do not stop as quickly as what you would like them to.
Yeah, you got that right. It's a bit slippery, the old dirt.
I mean, it's hard enough to pull these things up on it when you go on a track, let alone adding a bit of moisture and mud to it.
Yeah, Hamish with the lucky dog this time. We might sit with Lockie for the restart and see what it looks like. Oh, he's coming in the pits. Fair bit of damage, I'd say.
Interesting to note that our two major achievers for tonight's race are sitting in first and third. Jaden Russell started out of position 21 and is now into P1 on the road. And Kai Turner started beside him in P22 and is now P3.
That's a fair effort. And it looks like Wesley might have pulled the pin on that one too after that crash. I think he's out. I think we're down to 6 guys on the lead lap. So Jaden Russell, Josh Micklemore, Kai Turner, Gary Wellman, Hamish Gallagher. Wesley's still going, okay. 5 guys left on the lead lap. No, now 6. Lockie's still there, if he can get going.
Hamish Gallagher's even made some massive inroads into this pack. Started out of P17 and is now up to P5.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I don't think this is Hamish's most favourite surface. He's awesome in the trucks, but I just don't know that dirt's his thing, but he's definitely up there for this now.
So just going through our top 5 again. Jaden Russell, P1, P2, Josh Micklemore, P3, Kai Turner, P4, Gary Wellman, and P5, Wesley Cloeasy. And if Wesley watches this back and I have pronounced his name wrong, I sincerely apologise. As with any of these other guys that have got some wonderful last names that I can't pronounce.
Yeah, Josh is with him this time. There's a fair bit of wall riding going on there.
Yeah, but with it being a dirt circuit tonight, you'll find that that is a legal move. So long as you don't put the whole car against the wall, then it's not frowned upon. If it's just that right rear quarter, because it's done in real life, you can actually do it in iRacing. So So uh, don't think these guys are doing anything wrong by doing that. It is legal to do it because it does happen in real life.
Yeah, 100%. Noticed Jaden's pulling out a nice lead again, so he's definitely got this thing sorted out. So he's comfortably 1.5 seconds ahead, so he'll be hoping that it stays green for the rest of the race, no doubt.
Interesting to note there as well that it looks like Jaden's got the fastest time of the race with a 20.546.
That's a good couple of tenths ahead of anyone else too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the nearest one that was anywhere close to him, I think, was Christopher Tomlin, who it looks like he's had to withdraw with a 20.832.
Yeah. Have a look at that track now too. It's that dark patch is getting wider and wider. It's a very narrow line now at the top of the track.
Yep.
Might almost run out of that, and they might have to go to the bottom, but let's see what they do. It's definitely a lot wider and a lot blacker now.
Oh, definitely. I can only imagine what I'd be doing if I was on there, and it wouldn't be going straight, that's for sure. And 83 still looking fairly clean too.
Yeah.
Might have to go and see Matty Raymond and find out what his secrets are to keeping his truck looking so schmick.
It's as Jamie said earlier, mate. It's all that Mr. Sheen.
I remember, Mark, you're probably the same, but we used to use a lot of baby oil on the cars on the dirt, just so it all just slipped straight off it.
Nah, we used a lot of transmission oil and diesel on the sprint car.
Mate, it always smelt better with baby oil. That's what we were using. There's definitely going to be some second-hand cars at the end of this one. Josh Mickelmore there in second place, a couple of seconds off the lead. Gary Wilmer back in third, 5 seconds off the lead. Then you've got Kai Turner, 6.8 from the leader. Back to Lockie, 9 seconds off the lead. And Hamish working his way through the field there. Got some lap cars to get through, but he's got a bit of work to do, 11 seconds behind the leaders.
Lockie's not going to want to talk to me now. I seem to have put the mocker on him saying that he was going to be in the top 3.
Putting it all on you. It's all your fault. As we keep copping, is that commentator's curse. So you've now handed it out. Blaming you. Go on board with Jaden for a couple of laps here and just watch that wheel work. It hasn't slowed down at all. It's still, they'll know it, even though it was only 80 k's worth of race. It's a hard race. 100 laps around here, you definitely know you've done it. Best thing for Jaden at the moment as well, he's got a 6-second gap back to second place, so he can take his time with these back markers and not pull any silly moves. So he's coming up on Brad and Maddie. Put him down another lap. Is that Maddie's car not looking real good on the outside? The right-hand side of it's a bit bunged up.
It is now. I'm not sure whether he got caught with somebody before.
Alright. Storm and Norman's the next one in his target. It's Hamish in front of him. About to go down a lap from 6th place. So from 7th place.
I think so, sure. It's definitely amazing to watch from this side of the fence. At different lines, people take different different people's abilities, and how another driver can just pick their way through traffic and try and not get involved in anything.
Yeah, that's it. The car control is amazing on these guys. Yeah, I just listened on the radio there too. Jaden's just apologised for getting into the back of Josh there, JC Dub. So no harm, no foul. Five laps to go for the leader. Looks like we're getting close between 2nd and 3rd, and I notice also 5th and 6th is very close at the moment. There's a couple of close battles within the dying laps. See Gary in the background there trying to chase down Josh Mickelmore. And then we've got Lockie and Wesley. These guys have been swapping paint for the last 5 or so laps. It's been very close. And they've got Jaden right behind them.
And this is where it's got to be hard. You're coming up on back markers. You're having your own battle, so you're trying to keep out of somebody else's rubbish at the same time. And it's just amazing to watch how some of these guys can thread the needle, so to speak.
Oh, Lockie just sent it in there. Yeah, you're right. You're right there, Brent. On the final lap here, Jaden Russell. All out in his own. Over 8-second gap, and there it is, a checkered flag. Jaden Russell, well done. Where we got 2nd place coming through here now. 2nd and 3rd, very tight. Josh Mickelmore over Gary Wellman. Radio. The burnout on dirt doesn't have the same effect, does it? But well done to Jaden. That was a dominating performance. Awesome drive. All right, results up there now. If we can go back, can we go back a page on that one? All right, Jaden Russell over Josh Micklemore, Gary Wellman third, Kai Turner, Wesley top out the top 5. Then we got Lockie, Hamish, Jai Shields worked his way up to 8th. So he come through pretty good there. Matty Raymond and JC Dubb roll out the top 10.
P11, you've got Norman Clark, Danny G, followed by Danny G in 12th. Brad Fenley made 13th. 14th was KB Jordan. 15th was Sean Dwecky. 16th was Christopher Tomlin. 17th, Ruben Phelps. 18th, Jack Barrett. 19th, Bradley Mays. And 20th, Darren McKenzie.
21st, Chris Finlay. 22nd, Michael Skurlock, 66 laps down. And neither Daniel or myself took the start line. So 22 cars started and not too many finished, but a lot of fun all around. All right, Gary Wellman joining us in the broadcast booth from third place. Almost ran him down there, Gary. How was that?
Yeah, I was on the charge. He was just saying his arms were feeling it, so I was going for full send in the last few laps, and thought I might have just snuck a move in on him, but yeah, he's pretty good. He didn't make too many mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. And how was it? I was laughing every time we went to an in-car shot. You could just see the wheel work involved. It looked like a lot of hard work out there.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. It was I don't know. It's weird. I never think I'm driving these things any good, and it comes to the race and it all comes together. So yeah, it's fun though. Yeah, I think I was enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good to see, mate. Good to see. Other guys got some questions there?
Mate, I got no words. It's just sheer awe at watching you guys in the dirt. Like I race with you guys on the bitumen and the dirt, and like I know I'm not that crash hot on dirts, which is one of the reasons why the 015 wasn't out there tonight. Gary, what's it like when you're actually coming up on lapped cars, I guess you could say, on a dirt track in comparison to the dirt bitumen?
Yeah, it's definitely a different ball game. It's kind of you just don't quite know where they're going to go or what line you can take, and it gets as the track wears, it's a bit single line, so you got to try and really set up and move a lot more. And bummer for Chris, he got caught up in one, but I was up on a big bunch of them there, and I was still scratching my head as to how I was going to even try and get through them. I know Jaden made it look easy, but I definitely I was getting a bit beat up trying, but that caution come out and got me out of it. But yeah, I don't know. I might have to go and watch Jaden and see how he does it.
Yeah, for sure. Practice the slide jobs. I think it was he was awesome with that. When he throw it in low and just slide right up the top there was good to watch.
Yeah, sure was. He's definitely the class of his own out there tonight. I was giving Josh a good run there, and he got me on a restart, and couldn't really get close to him. I kind of worked out the tricks near the end there, and I started pulling him back. But it was a good race, and well done to Josh too.
Yeah, for sure, Gary. I thought another 5 laps or so you would have been right, but it is what it is. Shout out to your sponsors, mate.
Just Sim Boys and Ferris Shifters, Hot Toddies and United Electrical. So, cheers, boys.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Good result there tonight. Well done.
Yep, cheers for you guys for the broadcast too, and ANZCAR. It's all good fun.
Thanks, mate. We're bringing in Josh Micklemore on a very hard-earned second place. How'd you go there, Josh?
Oh, mate, I'm stuffed. It was sweaty work out there tonight, mate. A lot of work.
Just saying that to Gary too. Every time we went in car, it was you could just tell there's a lot of wheel work going on.
Yeah, hats off to the street stock drivers in real life and stuff. I know Jaden Russell races them in real life, and I know there's a lot of wheel work in them, and I know how they feel now after every race. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was mentioned earlier in the broadcast that it's only an 80k race, but I had to laugh at the time because I knew it was going to be a lot of hard work. 100 laps around there is definitely no sprint.
Yeah, especially when she slickens off, mate. It's like driving on ice. You got to try and find the moisture in the track and try to get some traction out of it. But yeah, just got to run that cushion, run that fence, and hopefully you get a bit of traction coming out of the corner.
And how'd you go those last couple of laps? Gary reckons he had you with another few laps there. You reckon you could? Do you have enough there to hold him off?
Yeah, my arms were jelly by the last 6 laps, man. I was really getting tired. So about 6 laps, he was about 1.8 seconds behind, and then you seen how close it was at the end. I was just a bit fatigued by the end of it. I think just not used to this type of racing, but I managed to pull it off still and get second. So pretty happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. There's no hunting Jaden down. I think he was done and dusted with that out in the front there.
Yeah, we know how quick J Russ is on dirt. Yeah, he's unbeatable. He's crazy, but yeah, he's a good driver.
Awesome, mate. Shout out to the sponsors. What do you got there?
Yeah, just shout out to all the Mitch Motorsport boys, all the hard work they've done this year so far. Doing quite well this year for what we've been racing. And you guys putting on the broadcast and all the followers and friends watching on.
Thanks, mate. Well done, and congratulations on second place.
No worries. Thanks, Jamie. Cheers, Brett and Mark.
All right, we'll bring Jaden in on congratulations on a dominating performance out there, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it was a pretty cool race. First one back with ANZCAR in the truck series this year because I've had some other commitments, so it was good to be back.
Yeah, and how was it? How's the track surface out there? It looked a bit slick there towards the end.
Yeah, it did get pretty slick. That's the way I like it. I'm used to driving like that on that sort of stuff. In that heat race, the boys actually had it over me a fair bit in the tacky stuff, so that was, I wouldn't say surprising, but it caught me off guard a bit.
Yeah, I saw that. You were back a bit further than I expected in quali or through the heats, but definitely by the time you come to that 100-lap feature, you're definitely going to be up there, so it was awesome to see. You've had a fair bit of experience in real life in these things, I believe. On dirt, not in trucks, but on dirt.
Yeah, I do a fair bit. Just got back from the races this weekend, so it sort of comes natural to me.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Is it similar? Do you get the same sort of feeling on the on iRacing as what you do in real life?
A lot less wheel work in these, and they feel a lot slower. But obviously that's not true. It's just the way the sims feel. But yeah, very different. But it does translate a bit in track state and stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. And I guess experience with slide jobs and that sort of stuff come in handy there tonight too to get through those lap cars.
Yeah, I was just trying to pick them apart and do it as cleanly as I could. I think I've done pretty well, apart from when I cleaned JCW up on accident, which I apologise for. But apart from that, it was actually a pretty good race, and everyone was holding their line well. It was good.
Yeah, so that JC Dub's fair game. You can hit him any week you want. That's not a problem at all. He doesn't mind.
Try and have a laugh about it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. I don't think there was much in it with that one, but it was all good. All right, shout out to you.
I cleaned up anyone though, so I apologise for him about that. And yeah, just thanks to everyone at Synergy, all the sponsors, and yeah, for you guys for broadcasting and ANZCAR putting it on.
Awesome. Thanks, Jaden, and congratulations on the first place.
Thanks, mate.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another great night of racing from the trucks. Guys, we've seen how hard it is, but next week we're back to some asphalt racing again, but it's a short track again. It's Martinsville, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there at Martinsville.
Yeah, sure will. I think anyone that's actually raced on the dirt here tonight will feel like they've got a heap of grip. It wouldn't matter how small the track was; it'd still feel a lot better than that, the way that looked out there on that dirt there tonight. So, it should make for some good racing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, both to you and Brett, Jamie, thanks very much for both of you jumping in at the last minute. I know it's been throwing you under the bus, but I think you've done a fairly good job for a last-minute call-up. Hopefully we can have you back and have some more commentary from you.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Brett. It was definitely something different and a bit of fun. So interesting to see how it all works from this side of the fence.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been in the booth a few times now. And for me, I'm learning more and more each time. And yeah, I'm more than happy to come and jump in the booth if required.
Yep, no worries. Well, ladies and gentlemen, got plenty of action still to come this week. Wednesday night, we will see both Brett and Jamie back out on track, and I may even get a chance to get out there this week. I believe we are at Coda this week, both in the Thunder Series on Wednesday night and Thursday night for the Cup cars. How are you guys looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm not. You're right. 24 laps in the Xfinity. I don't know whether I'll make that one, but definitely the Thursday night is a 30 lapper in the Cup car. I think I'll definitely need to put some laps in between now and then to remember how to turn right. But it's yeah, definitely some. Once again, I think you're going to see some different guys up the front, some different winners.
Yeah, definitely. Then Saturday night we are back live. I should say those two races are over on Performance E streaming. Then we're back live on Saturday night for the 2023 Lucas Oils Weekend Warriors Cup Car Series. Can't even remember where we are. Well, that's right. It's a road racing week this week because we're at Charlotte Roval. So another tough right-hand turn corners for everyone to come get a grip with. I know you both will be there for that one.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll definitely be in on Saturday. Unfortunately, I think I'll be out on Wednesday night as I've got 900 kilometres of real life driving to do that day.
Good luck with that, mate. And then again, we're back on Sunday night over on Performance E streaming for the Australasian Supercar E Series. And I can tell you, boys, that one is heating up too. Jamie, you're involved with that one. And that points championship is definitely getting heating up.
Yeah, for sure. And it's off to Pocono this Sunday night too, so that's another big track. It'll be a tyre burner, but Raymond Jaeger is leading that league, that series, and doing very well with it. So there's a few guys close in his tail there with the Sim boys, but yeah, it's always a close battle over there as well.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm Mark Johansson, and tonight we were joined by Jamie Nankervis and Brett Campbell. Stay safe, and we hopefully see you over on Performance E streaming on Wednesday night for the ANZCAR Thunder Series. So in saying that, good night and stay safe.